I want to go ahead and upload field 11. So I have those lab results. And what I'm going to do is open up that CSV file. So here was field 7, and here was field 11. Let me bring field 11 over. That's the one we're going to upload now. So here's the CSV file that I got from the lab. They sent me it in this particular CSV file. The grower name, the farm name, the field name aren't here, but here's the sample ID. Now this is where it's very important in order to get things to match up. The sample ID that's listed here has to match exactly what is in FieldX. So you see in this CSV file that came back from the lab with all the columns of information, the sample IDs are 45, 46, 47, on up to 72. Well, before I even upload that, let me just double check over here back in FieldX, and I'm going to look at field 11, the sample IDs there, and you can see from the detail column over here, you can see it goes from 45 to 73. So that looks good. And on the one I did earlier, it was called sample ID 1 through sample ID 4, actually spelled out SAMPL ID 1 through 4. And that, again, has to match exactly. If we look at the CSV file for that one, you'll see here, let me expand this column, you'll see sample ID 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, this column, whatever has the sample ID, has to match the spelling exactly. If it's just 1, 2, 3 over here and not actually spelled out sample ID 1, it won't find it, it won't match it up. So if you run into problems matching up, uploading your lab results, and they don't match up, first place to look is to make sure the column that you've selected for the sample ID in your CSV, the IDs are spelled exactly the same as in FieldX. So we're going to go ahead and upload this now. So I've gotten this CSV file from the lab, and so I'm going to go here in FieldRx to lab results, and I can upload multiple files if I want. If they sent me 5 CSV files for 5 fields, I can upload all of them if I wanted to. But I'm just doing East 11 right now. That was the one we were looking at. So I've selected it, and it's ready to process. It's looked at it, says good. I hit next. So now what it's doing is it's showing you what was in that CSV file, and you can look at it and you can see, yep, that looks exactly the way that we were looking at there in that Excel file, in that Excel sheet a while ago. Here's the sample ID column, so it's broken it up into columns, and now it's asking, how do you want to match these points up? Now, right now we only have a couple fields in there, but after you start using the system, you may have 20 growers and a couple hundred fields, and FieldRx needs to know, okay, well, here's the CSV file. How do I know, here's sample ID 45. How do I know how to match that up? Where is sample ID? Which field's that located in? Since we don't have in this CSV a column for the grower farm field, I'm going to have to go through manually and select it. Now, if you do have it, you could say, you could start off and say, well, I could select from columns in the file if the grower farm fields are in there and they're spelled exactly the same as what's in FieldX. But what I would recommend is to just say, I'm going to select from the grower list, because I know this CSV file is for the grower Andy. So I'm going to say select from the grower list, and now it gives me the drop down. And right now, again, I only have the one grower, so it'll be Andy. And I say next. Now it's going to ask me about the farm. Okay, how do I know what farm under Andy? So again, I'm going to select from the farm list. And under Andy, there was east and west. And I happen to know that this one was in the east farm. And now it's asking me how to match them up by field. If at this point, if the sample IDs that you have are unique, if you start numbering like at 1 when you start the season and you've gone through all the fields and there's no duplicates across all your growers, across all of your fields, then you could just say, well, 45 is unique. Go out and match it up by the sample point name. But you can also, just on the safe side, if you know what field it is, then you can come in and select which field. So I'm going to say select by the field. And so that was field 11. Again, just want to make sure, get the right field. So now it's just giving you one last chance here to look this over. Here's all of the data from the lab result file. And I would click match points. So what that's going to do is take the sample ID column and match it up with the sample points that I uploaded from FieldX. So I say match points. And what it's done here now is say, okay, we found 29 points. There were 29 lab results and 29 out of 29 matched. So this is good. So we know everything matched up in that CSV file with the points that I had in FieldX. So I want to go ahead and save those results, and I can finish. So now if I go back to and look at the upload status, you'll see for field 11, you'll see the lab results were uploaded today. So now, and you can see over here also 29 and 29 points were matched up. So that's good. We're ready to go.